got straight and level flight figured out, let's take a look at maneuvering the airplane on instruments. Cal, will you take the controls?
I've got the controls.
I have the controls.
The airplane.
Let's start with a standard rate turn. As you remember, a standard rate turn is 3 degrees of turn per second. When you're doing these turns, you'll see that that's fast enough to get the job done. It's slow enough that you can keep things comfortably under control. Cal, would you check traffic to the left for me, please?
You're cleared left.
My safety pilots cleared me for a turn to the left. So let's roll into it by watching the attitude indicator. Now at 110 knots, I've learned it should take a little less than 17 degrees of bank to produce a standard rate turn. You can't read the bank indication that closely, so I'll just put it on the fat side of 15 degrees here, and I'll also add a slight bit of back pressure, just as we've been doing in visual turns. Once the turn is started, I'll look at the turn coordinator for primary confirmation that the bank angle is okay. Now, what the turn coordinator really tells you is your rate of turn and not your bank angle. But it does tell you if you need more bank or less bank to keep the turn standard rate. As you know, the turn coordinator is calibrated to indicate a standard rate turn when the miniature airplane's wing is on the index mark. Not enough turn rate for a standard rate turn? You need a little bit more bank. Look at the attitude indicator and make a small increase in the angle of bank. Then glance at the turn coordinator. While you're at it, check that the inclinometer ball is safely in its cage. If not, apply rudder as you need. Remember, you step on the ball. Now, what about pitch? Well, if you've applied the correct back pressure, the little ball in the center of the miniature airplane on the attitude indicator should be just ever so slightly higher on the horizon bar. But that's hard to see. So look at the primary pitch check, the altimeter. Since you're in level altitude flight, it shouldn't change. And as before, support that by checking the vertical speed indicator. The needle, again, should be on 0. Just as in visual turns, the airspeed will decay a little bit as you make the turn. So the primary power reference is the tachometer, which shouldn't have changed. Once the bank is established, your scan should alternate between the attitude indicator and in turn the altimeter and turn coordinator